you have an interesting story because not only are you doing the entrepreneur thing, but you also have a full-time job.
Yes.
And family commitments.
Absolutely.
And, just trying to live life and breathe and all that other stuff. So how do you balance both? Because a lot of people think, well, if I want to be an entrepreneur, I need to quit my job. I need to go all in. I got a mortgage to pay and school fees, and it's not possible for me. So I'm just never going to do it. I'll just stay in this job that you probably can't stand and don't find fulfilling. Mm-hmm. So how did you do both? How are you doing both?
I planned very well. So yes, you're absolutely right. In an ideal situation, you'd quit your job if you could and just start this thing you want to do.
Which isn't a reality for most
Yes,
people.
But in reality, that's not going to work because you will need funds to start your own business if you're going to do it. So how I've done it is I put up a roadmap for myself. So I've given myself a plan. I've said to myself, this is how I intend to get to the point where I don't really need to work anymore. Mm-hmm. And I've set up a plan and I'm following my roadmap and I'm learning. And it's a lot of learning, mm-hmm. a lot of shifting, a lot of reprioritizing. I literally don't have any time to stop. I'm working my full-time job. If I get an email from my business, I respond to it. I get home, I log into my work email, and I deal with things as they come along. But very importantly, I have a very solid team supporting me, and they're very dedicated, and they love the job, and they love the business. So people, when you're starting a business, everyone does everything. So the people around me just do everything and they don't mind. And I do everything from answering emails to talking to customers to fixing stuff when it breaks. So it's just, you've got to do what you got to do.
What are some of the lessons that you've learned along the way in doing this balance between full-time entrepreneurship as you're trying to make that transition to being a full-time entrepreneur?
I definitely say ask for help.
Yeah.
Definitely ask for help. And when people offer help, bite their hand off, literally. I had to learn that because, again, my personality is very independent, very much I'll do it myself, But as I got going, I found that I couldn't really do it all by myself. I had to learn to delegate. I had to learn to ask for help and be very specific in the kind of help that I'm asking for. So if I'm saying I need help, it's just very generic, but I'm very specific. I need you to help me deal with emails, or I need you to help me deal with this particular thing. So I was very open to, if I saw someone who had a really good business model, or I noticed someone was doing really well on perhaps their social media pages, I didn't have a problem with reaching out to them to say, how are you doing this? Who's managing your page? Can you refer me? So I use all the help I can get.
There's a lot of exciting things going on with you right now, and there's a lot of exciting projects. So tell us about that.
We're a lot more stable and we're working on really exciting stuff. So at the moment, we're developing two big things, one of which is focusing on creating GPS trackers. So you know how there's a big thing around security, especially for kids when they get to a certain age and they wander off. So we're looking at developing technology to allow you to track your children in real time. So we have developed a prototype at the moment, but we're still at the point where we're looking at how we can make it work with apps and other things. So how a person, maybe if a child is wearing a wristwatch, it looks like a toy, so a predator wouldn't really notice as if anything fantastic about it. But if a child is in danger, there's a button they can press on the side of the watch, which is quite discreet, which sends out an SOS message to the parent or whoever it is that's linked to that watch. Parent can actually log in from wherever they are into the watch and see the child's location. So we're really, really excited about that piece of technology, and we're looking to take that forward. The second piece of work we're really looking at is an app which we're looking to release within this quarter, really. And that's an app to help communication between parents, school, teacher, and all the people that are in the child's sphere of influence. That is quite important, and that's one project that's really close to my heart because I'm constantly digging out things from the bottom of my children's bags, like 2 or 3 weeks old papers that they've put in there, and I didn't know that I was supposed to action. But with this app, parents get a notification to say, this is what you need to do from the school, and they can respond via the app. They can see how their child is doing. They can do homework on the app with the child. They can see what the child has learned for the day on the app. So it's really exciting. They can see things like the child's attendance and who their friends are. They can organize play dates on the app. So that's something we're really excited about, and that's going to be available by the end of the year.
Technology as a career. I think a lot of people have the misconception that technology is just for coders, or you have to be a programmer if you really want to have a successful career in technology. You're definitely an example of somebody that didn't have to go the programming coding route. So tell me more why you think tech is a great industry, especially for women.
Technology is a bedrock for everything these days. It's hardly anything you could do these days without technology. And the rate of growth for technology is really outstanding. It's speed. Everything is technology based. It's a great place for women because the opportunities are boundless. There's so much you can do as a woman. I mean, it's just about thinking, what can I do with what I've got at the moment, and how can I harness the exceeding benefits of technology to make it work. So yes, I agree, you do not have to be a coder. I can't code to save my life. I'm not a programmer. I don't understand any of those languages. But what I am good at is understanding how to fix things, and technology just makes that easy for me. So even as a seamstress, if you were a seamstress, something that simple, you could say I could use technology and maybe get someone to develop an app where people can book in appointments. So there's so many things you could do. It's really just all about thinking about it and taking advantage of the information that's out there.
Thank you so much for joining us. I think it's absolutely phenomenal what you're doing right now. And also just in terms of being able to do that balance between being an entrepreneur, taking that jump while at the same time maintaining a full-time position. I think a lot of people are going to find inspiration in that. So thank you so much, and all the best in the future.